Alright everyone, welcome back to another episode of Ocean Outlast Expert. I hope everyone is doing great today. I know that I am. We are back at it, back from my vacation. First episode recorded since getting back. Actually, I just got back a couple hours ago, and I'm getting this cranked out for you guys for Monday morning. So I guess a lot has happened since I have been gone. The mod pack has been updated to version 50. I think that is, or it's version 0.50. I'm guessing it's version 50. I'm probably just looking at it weird. But yes, the mod pack has been updated and there's a whole slew of new stuff that has been done to it. So let's get out of this mode and let's really quickly run through maybe one or two things around the update. As always, I'm just deferring you guys to the changelog. You can find that over on their Discord. I believe it's on the website as well. And I have their website linked down below. Worst case scenario, you can find their Discord either through the website or through the mod pack homepage. When you launch the mod pack, it bumps you right into a starter screen, and on there will be a link for their Discord. I think it's actually, it might even be in game as well. You might be able to find it maybe under quests. You can open the wiki. I thought there was a way, and there might be a way. But as you can see, one of the changes that have been made are quests. Some quests have been done. Oh, here you go. Here's the Discord link right there. But anyway, some of the quests have been changed. Mainly, I believe most of them have added different rewards to it. So obviously, we'll have to click through and gather some of these rewards from these quests. So we'll do that shortly. I'm not too worried about it at the moment. The other big thing that has come with this update are new modes, mod pack modes. So the way that you can change the modes in game is you do a, let me see if I can go in here. So slash, and then you want to do pack mode, and then you can do either hard, or you could do, let's see, easy, or you could do what we're doing now, which is expert. And then for any of those ones you just hit enter. Obviously, I'm not going to do it because we are going to continue playing expert mode. That will be the default from my understanding is the expert mode. But if you did want to switch to a different one, easy or hard, you just do it like so. You hit enter and then you do need to restart your game. Now, if you're running a server, that is a whole different path that you need to go through things with configs and so on and so forth. So if you are running a server, I would recommend checking the change logs to get a little bit more info on that. Which is pretty cool though. So now there is an easy and a hard mode. So basically we can make things, obviously a little bit easier than being in expert mode. So not all of the advanced crafting will be in here. Some of the barriers that have been established for the expert mode have been removed. Let me see, there's two explanations here. I'll run through both of them very quickly for you guys. So easy has nearly no custom recipes. The only thing left from hard and expert is no or gen, and islands, otherwise you are a free man. So basically it is it's the same idea, but really without any of the custom recipes behind it. So it takes a lot of the difficulty out of it, that is for certain. The biggest thing would then be origin, which you would not have natural origin. Now for hard mode, it's still close to expert, but it has been made a bit easier. So I'm assuming that some of the additional changes in recipes are there, but not all of them that we find in the expert pack. But either way, we are sticking with expert. I really enjoy it. I think it is a great difficulty to be on. I know it can be challenging for some, so the addition of different levels of experiences are, it's a great addition to the mod pack, that is for certain. So that is one of the big changes to it. Now, the other thing that they did add was modular machinery. So let's take a peek here. I don't know. I'm actually not super familiar with modular machinery. Here we go. Modular machinery. You have controllers, casings. Wow, you got a lot of different things here. And I'm guessing that... yeah, I'm guessing you can use them for a bunch of different items. It looks like there's some fluid ones here, so on and so forth. So that's kind of cool, and we might take a look at it. I don't know if they have added in a new section on it. I did not notice it in the changelog notes here. Let me jump over here and take a peek through here. I don't think so. It doesn't look like in the notes that they added anything around a new section around that, but we could take a peek in the quests over here and see if we notice it on the side here. I'm guessing that it's not, which is perfectly fine. I mean, typically it takes a little bit of time to get things added in, especially quest lines, because Kevin, the modpack creator, along with all of his developers, it takes them some time to get things up and running. So at least around adding in quests, because they do take a lot of time and effort put into the quests, I should say. Nothing against the team. I'm not saying that they take a long time to get things done. I'm just saying that they take their time to do great work. That's what I'm trying to say here. Whew, put myself in a pickle there. Please, modpack devs, don't hate me. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. But other than that, they added a few more mods as well in here. I'm not going to run through all of them just because of, I don't want to talk your guys' ear off. They did update a whole bunch of mods as well, including bewitchment and security craft, controlling, etc., etc. They did change certain quests, so they added new loot crates used in the fossil and archaeology chapter. They did add quests for modular machinery, so actually I'm guessing that they just don't have their own section. So we'll have to take a look for that. It's probably hidden somewhere else, unless I'm completely overlooking it. They did change a few things in the shop. They did change things around with the crates that you can get as rewards. So added more items to common crates, changed it changed the rates or the odds for uncommon crates, and so on and so forth. And then a whole bunch of other things as well, like disabled protection for chocolate quest structures. They nerfed our magma armor that we just crafted in the other episode, maybe 2 episodes ago. So that's a little bit of a bummer. They remove travelers' backpacks from loot bags. You can craft clay blocks into clay, so on and so forth. So again, guys, if you want more info on what was changed in version 50, go over to their Discord, hit up their changelog, and just see what all the notes are over there. Kevin and his team do a great job of documenting everything. So if you do have questions on what has been changed, I'm sure you can find it over there. Or worst case scenario, ask them over in the Discord. I know those guys are super responsive and will get back to you with all of your questions and concerns. So with that being said, you might be wondering, what are we doing today? Well, honestly, with my time away, which again, guys, I really appreciate all your support while I was out on vacation. I know there was a little lack in videos, but we are back like you can see now. And what I was thinking while I was away is that we want to continue on our path of modular storage. Honestly, I couldn't get it out of my head. Every so often I would be kicking back and relaxing, and it would pop into my head around what I wanted to do with our modular storage. So if you guys remember, in the last episode we got, or not modular storage, what am I talking about? Simple storage. So we got our storage network master up and going in the last episode. And honestly, it's not really much to look at. So the next thing that we are going to need, if we take a look at simple storage, is our storage request table. Now this bad boy does take a decent amount of components. We need some dense gold plates, we need some more storage cables, and we need some double compressed, we need a double compressed crafting table, which I believe that we have that. Yeah, we did get that crafted up at the end of the last episode, and I think we started working on our gold plates, if I am not mistaken. So let's head upstairs and take a peek at that. But as you can tell, I haven't really done much work since what you saw in the last episode and now, because I recorded the last episode and then I went away on vacation. So obviously nothing additional really has been done, and it does not look like I did start on them. I'm actually quite surprised that I hadn't started on them, because they're not too hard to make unless I threw them in something that I am not. Yeah, I'm not seeing them. So that's what we're going to have to get on today. I don't see anything in here, but we got plenty of gold. I mean, we got 16 gold blocks. And actually, hold on. Before we do that, let's see if there's an easy way if we can do this with blocks. If you had a block cutting machine, you could from Industrial Craft. But really, I mean, I don't feel like we need to go down this path of having this bad boy. Yeah, that's a whole actually, that's not, it might not be too bad to do. I mean, it doesn't really make that big of a difference realistically. So we're gonna have to get some stuff together. So let me get some stuff together. I've been talking so much now, and obviously we're gonna have a path of what we are trying to get today. We want to get that table up and going, and we want to try to continue on the path of connecting everything together for our storage network. So let me get some stuff together, and then when we come back, we'll be in a better place to continue on that path. So we will be right back. Alright guys, so I have gone ahead and got some progression done, and I've gotten some materials ready for us to get things crafted. Now, I was taking a peek through while I was waiting through things, and I did have some additional notes around the update. So the first one that you might be able to tell is that step up is now included in the pack, so you automatically can step up over blocks. This isn't the auto jump feature, because auto jump would actually have you do like a weird jump animation when you hit a block. That is not this. This is a different mod entirely. I believe you could turn it off, but I am not 100% sure where you can find that. So with that being said though, if you do want to turn it off, just do a little Google search. I'm sure you can find it, how to turn it off. I personally like it a lot. We did have something very similar in MC Eternal playthrough, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm glad that we have some kind of alternative now added in this pack. The other thing I did want to note as well, if we go into introduction here, this pack mode little section right here, completely missed it on the first time around, and I'm sure that Kevin or someone probably left a comment down below already. But this will talk you through how to switch your pack mode. I kind of already showed you. There's your /pack mode, and you can change it. And then just make sure that you restart your game. All you got to do is manually click that button, and you should be good to go to claim that. Just letting them know that you did read it. Now I did go through, I collected a bunch of quest rewards, and there are some new crates that I want to go over. I did realize that the modular machinery area is right here on the introductory tab. So if you are curious where that is, it's right here. I just overlooked it because I am oblivious at times. Now, I did craft up 10 storage cables, so we're going to grab some of these rewards because it's totally worth it. You get 10 more storage cables from it, some money, and then a cybernetic crate, which is the new crate that we have. And from collecting everything so far that we've completed, because obviously they've added these crates in after we've completed a lot of the quests, so going back through, we get them now. I have 16 of these crates to open. So I might wait till the end of the episode, or you know what, no, let's just go through them right now. Let's see what we got from this. So we get some copper crystal, a metal scraper, interesting, enriched iron, I will definitely take, an energy conduit, and I believe that is from Simple Storage. Let's take a peek here. Or no, Ender IO, I am sorry. It looked like it was one from the Simple Storage stuff, doesn't it? It almost looks the same. Well, a little bit different. A little bit different texture. Fair enough. We got some cutters, which are always good to have. A muffling upgrade. A white balloon. Salvaged targeting. Holy. Immunosuppress. Okay, let's just ignore that. A carbon riot shield. A polymer riot shield. Some coal. I think we're going to start running out of space in our inventory. We can open 3 more. A fluxed electrum ingot. Okay, let's head inside here. And let's stick some stuff away that we don't need on us so we can continue opening stuff here. We got a tablet case, tier 2. An OC conduit. And then finally a nether star generator. Oh, wow. Okay. That seems interesting, and it does not look like you can get it from anything. It's from extra utilities. So if we plop this bad boy down right here, it looks like it's always on. Click for recipes. Interesting, okay. So if you take another star, oh, it's a source of power. Okay, I get it now. So basically you take a nether star, you can input it in here, and it'll create a bunch of power. So if you just happen to have a bunch of nether stars sitting around, this would be a great option for you. Unfortunately for us, we don't really have any, at least that I'm aware of. I mean, who knows? Our junk is just accumulating to the extreme right now, and yeah, it's not getting to a good point here. We got to get some stuff put away. We got to get some organization going. What is this balloon for? I am not 100% familiar with the balloon. Interesting. It seems pretty straightforward. So I'm guessing it can be used for something. Maybe it dampens your fall as you fall down. We did get some riot shields, as you saw. And we got that. What is this? The tablet case from Open Computers. Interesting. Okay. Basic case for tablets. Interesting. A tree tap, nothing too fancy. We got some OC conduit from Ender.io. Another conduit from Ender.io. So some pretty good stuff. And we got a metal scraper. Now, what is this metal scraper used for? Obviously, we do not have a diamond one. I'm guessing it's not that complicated of a recipe. Yeah, it's not too bad. Cool. And then we have some more cutters, which we already have our pair of cutters right there. We'll stick that up there. I feel like we already have... Is that our scraper too? I have no idea. Let's just stick that away for the time being. I'm actually going to throw this in... Not in... Yeah, in the enrichment chamber? No. In this bad boy. This will get us some steel. So, like I said, I went ahead, I crafted a bunch of stuff up, and we are ready to get our crafting terminal up and running for simple storage. Let's quickly, though, grab some rewards that we got here. Wow, we actually got quite a few rewards from everything. We got some rubber, genetics reborn, we got the scraper from, so that's what the scraper is. You'll be using for most of the mod, maybe even all of it. Chunks of living things, you right click with it in your hand. Okay, cool. Interesting. We'll have to get into this down the line, but obviously we're not going to do it right now because we already have our path of simple storage that we're already on. So no need to worry about that for the time being. Let's stick that away, that away. Let's open this common crate. We got a dead bush, of course. Sometimes the most random items, I swear. But there we go. And then I think we could stick that in there as well. Oh, you know what? We do have another star, but I'm not going to use it because with we probably need it for something. Realistically, we probably need the nether star for something, and I'm definitely not going to use it right now just because of that. Just because we don't really need that power right now. Okay, so I'm rambling on. Let's get this thing crafted up. So we need the storage request table, just like so. So if we take this bad boy and we head downstairs, place it right on top of our storage network master, and as you can see, we are hooked up and ready to go. Well, kind of. We can now start requesting things out of here. Now, I believe what we could do is we could actually link into our crates upstairs and just be able to pull everything from up there. Now, realistically, let's go back up here and take a peek. I don't know if I want all of my storage right here. Really, probably the most ideal thing to do would be to take all of this stuff downstairs, have it hooked up with wires, and then have our request system up here. That probably would be the best way to go about it. But obviously, that means doing quite a bit of moving. Now, luckily with these crates, if we search crates, you can, I believe, have a locker on it, right? Storage crate keeper. I believe, hang on, let's go into here. It'll keep all of its items. So if we craft this bad boy up, we will be able to keep all of our items in there. Now, it does take some resources, not a ton, but still enough to where it's kind of like, is it worth it? I think realistically it probably is worth it. Now, where is our iron? How am I not seeing our iron in here? Or we might not have any. We might have to go downstairs and grab some iron. Well, I'm doing everything wrong right now. All right, let's get that like so, and let's look up here. Am I overlooking our iron? Wow, we really just don't have any iron on us, so I'll have to go downstairs. All right, well, let me go downstairs. Let me get some stuff together, I guess. I didn't realize I was that low on iron, and we might have to do another exploration episode relatively soon. I know I haven't done those in quite some time, obviously because we've been on our path of getting simple storage up and going. but it's definitely seeming like we're getting close to the time where we're going to need some more. Oh my gosh, we got 20 blocks of iron down here. All right, I'm going to take some time. I'm going to get some iron. I'm going to start moving some stuff around upstairs, and we'll kind of ultimately see where we land with things. So guys, we will be right back. All right, guys, so I have done a few things here. Let me sleep through the night really quickly so we can run through what I have set up. You probably already saw a quick preview of it here. So what I've decided to do is put the storage request table and the network master up here on top. And then what I am having it do is, which I really need to adjust this so we can easily get down here a lot quicker than what we have currently. Once we can get some elevators going, it'll be a lot smoother. But I have it coming down. There is the network master right there. I have a bunch of storage cables, and then I've crafted up 2 of these storage link cables. I'll show you how to make them really quick. But these will then tie into the storage crates that I have. So right here, we have a bunch of stuff in here. Right over here, we have a bunch of blocks and so on and so forth in here. Those seeds are not meant to be in there, but that is okay. And then obviously we need another one to link up this one as well as some of the other ones that we have upstairs. Ooh, that was a glitchy texture there. I don't know if you guys saw that. We can see into our fridge there. But yeah, these storage link cables are pretty easy to craft up. You just need a medium storage crate in order to do it. Let me bring you back upstairs though and show you what our possibilities are now with this, which is awesome. I love that we have this somewhat up and going. Now, obviously it's not the most ideal state. Really, the ideal state would be to have a ton of drawers going and then segment everything into drawers. So a lot of the blocks and things like that, just have them in drawers instead of necessarily having them go to a crate. But to start with, it makes it easier so we can find things. So we come into here and let's say, I don't know, what would we want to be looking for that we might have in here? As you can see, it pulls in everything, but it only, I think it pulls in everything. I would assume it pulls in everything. We'll sort by name here. You can have it linked up to JEI if you want to. So if we search over here for like wood, I think we actually have to, there we go. We have to click it first. So if we go over here, oh, interesting that it's not working. I'm actually kind of surprised that it's not working. I don't know why that is. So typically, let me explain this for you, those of you who aren't understanding why I'm confused right now. So the JEI search enabled would then allow you to search over here and then have it search in here, or vice versa. You could search in either one, I believe, and then it would show up on either side. So if we went to, I don't know, if we did wood, you know, and we looked for it, it should pop up for us, you know. It would. Oh, what that? No, hang on. If I did stone, let me do something different than what I already have in there. If I did stone, obviously I would then expect it to pop up over here, but it doesn't. And if I clear over there, it works. Okay, now it's working. That's so strange. I don't know why it didn't work there. Maybe it's a little bit buggy, but anyway, it seems to be doing good. So basically we can search over here on this side and it'll pop up in JEI as well, which is awesome. But now everything is linked up in here. So if we did want to look for wood, we could go over here. We could be like, oh, we have 1 oak wood in there. We'll just take it out. We'll craft 2 of those. And then we'll put them back in and it should update those. I think it did. Now I think if I take like, let's take, I don't know. Let's take like 1 of these and add them in there. As you can see, it plops it in there. Now the only thing you want to keep in mind is it plopped it in there, but there's no guarantees on what chest it popped it into because we don't have drawers set up. If we had drawers set up, it would send it to the proper one that it's linked to. But for this one, it's not guaranteed that it'll go to that. Now for us, it got lucky and it did go to this crate where we have most of our blocks in it. But there was a chance that it could have come over to this one as well. But anywho, the big thing will be getting this other one linked up as well as our good ores and everything like that. Like our nice, our gem chest, our whatchamacallit chest, our everything that's valuable to us chest. There we go. I like that name a little bit more. So, storage link cable. Pretty straightforward to make. You do need storage cables, so make sure you have some. I definitely would recommend doing that quest where you get 10 of them, where you craft up 10 of them, so then you get 10 additional ones back. It definitely is a good bang for your buck. So finally, oh, we got some weird, I've been getting a lot of weird texture glitches recently. I'm not 100% sure on why that is. But anywho, we need that. And then we got to get a, I need some twigs. I do not have any twigs. Oh, my Lanta. Okay, we got to come out here. We got to get these ones hooked up as well at some point in time so that we can easily access them. We'll grab some twigs here. I'm going to plop those few back. We'll have a whole stack on us then. We'll come back in here. And bada bing, bada boom. Get one of these boys. We don't need that many of those. And then we should be able to get our small storage crate up and going. You saw that the textures did not want to load into our Tinker's table there. And then in order to make the medium storage crate, you do need to have void crystal blocks. Now these are pretty easy to make actually. I'm gonna just craft this up and I'll show you really quickly how to get these. Void crystal blocks you can get from void crystals being put together. You may be wondering, how do you get void crystals? Well, you get these from the atomic reconstructor, and you put coal in front of it. So for us, it's this bad boy here, obviously. And then you would just want to take some coal, just like so. Blocks of coal are honestly the easiest. I place it farther away. I do a little swatch like so. It makes the void crystal block. Place the next one, and then repeat the process. Just like so. I do it like this because then you have all of them lined up, and then you can just you can ore mine them all up together. So you don't have to mine each individual one. So good thing to have. So yeah, so with that being said, we do have our medium storage crate up and going, so we can craft up some more storage link cables. And then we can come down here and throw them onto our chest. So we can throw it on here. Now when we search for things, we should be able to see saplings and so on and so forth. So let's go back upstairs and take a peek. Now, really, like I've mentioned several times already, it would be way better to have drawers up and going, because I'm assuming that you could just connect one of these link cables to the drawer controller and have control over all of the different drawers rather than having to craft up a storage link cable for each individual drawer. Like how we're doing right now, we have to craft one of these link cables for every single chest that we have. Whereas for the drawer system, just hook it up to the master controller for the drawers, and then it would connect to all of the other ones without having to do one for each one. So it could save you a lot of resources realistically, and we probably will get to that point, just not right now because that is a lot of work to do. So if we come in here and we get off of this, we should be able to look for saplings, and bada bing, bada boom, we have it. And you can also just scroll through everything so we can easily find what we need. Now, if that JEI thing is starting to bug you, because it can be annoying when you're searching over here and then on the right hand side it's searching as well, you can just turn it off, just like so, so you don't have to have that doing that. Pretty easy. So the next thing I am going to want to do is get this kind of set up into a good place. Now I think realistically we might want to move this setup downstairs, so let's grab these bad boys from here. And really I should have broken the hopper on the bottom beforehand, because sometimes if you leave that, the hopper will pick up the things that you broke, and then obviously you're in a bad spot. So, or you have to go hunting for your items that had then been placed into this chest. So, but anyways guys, let me move some stuff around. And then when we come back, I'll show you where we have ultimately landed with our setup. So guys, we'll be right back. All right guys, so as you can see, I've done a bunch of cleanup work here, and we are actually getting to a good spot for the time being. I do want to refine this down the line. I do want it to be a lot nicer and a lot more organized than what it is even now. And there's a bunch of ways that we could change things up. But I'll run you through really quickly what I changed before we round out the episode. So obviously we have our request table up here. We have our network master here. Then what I did is I moved our whole setup of our smelting right to this chest here. So as you can see, there is that hopper underneath it. And then I have this chest on top, so we can throw in any of our ores right there. Now, realistically, what I will do eventually is probably hook it into our crusher here once we get a better power supply up and going, and we can power everything. I'll get the crusher going a little bit more so we can crush up our ores, and just get a whole automated process up and going just to make things a lot easier than what we're currently at. But let me take you downstairs. I'll show you how it looks underneath, because that's really where all the magic happens. So down here we have our storage cables going up to our network master up there. We have our, you can hardly kind of see it, we have our wooden hopper right above this inferium furnace, which then has a storage import cable underneath it. Now the import cables, they're pretty easy to make. It's just some storage cables with a hopper in the middle. Now these bad boys, as you can see in the description below them, it imports items from the attached inventory into the network. Now for us, what we are doing is we're importing the output of whatever's cooked up in here into our network. Now when you do set this up, you want to keep it in mind, especially if you're setting it up for a furnace. A very basic setup for a furnace is that you want to have it underneath. So that's where it's going to pull out the output inventory from, is underneath. Now if you put it on the side, I tried to put it over here to save some space, and it started pulling out our charcoal and it started pulling out our items up here. So do not put it on the side. Easy to just keep it from the bottom. Now you do want to click on it, and you just want to make sure that it is, I think it defaults. Here, let me break this again. I'll show you really quick how to do it. We'll set it down, we'll click on it. It defaults to allow list. Basically, this is a list of things that it will allow to pull out. And if you leave it as is, it won't pull anything out. So make sure you click on it and then you click it to ignore list. So then it'll work. So I'll show you real quickly. We'll keep it on the default there. I'm just going to throw a piece of cobblestone in there. Let that smelt up. Really shouldn't take too long at all. And then once it gets done, it's just going to sit there. It's not going to go anywhere. And why, you may be asking? It's because this. So if we change this to the ignore list, it is now gone. And it's got put into one of these crates down here. Now all of these are, they're kind of jumbled up and random at this point now, which is a little bit unfortunate. I really didn't want it to ultimately be that way. But for the time being, that's how it is. And that's why I do want to clean it up eventually. And the other thing with this too is it's not going to keep everything as nice and organized as we want it to be. With this being dedicated to one thing, while this being dedicated to something different, so on and so forth, it's not going to keep them separate. It's going to deposit the items into the most available inventory. So realistically, it could be any of these crates things get put into. And that also kind of then leads into us trying to upgrade these bad boys to be a little bit bigger than what they currently are. Unfortunately, my F1 is still not working. It comes and goes, but it is what it is. But yeah, I think it is a really, really cool setup. I think we're in a good place for it. Now, if we go and take a peek at our quests, we did complete some stuff because we did do these storage import cables. We'll actually get an additional one, some money, and then one of these cybernetic crates. And then we also did complete the storage request table, so that'll give us a good amount of money and then another crate. Now, if we go to actually additions, we did complete some stuff in here because we started moving things around. So the crate keeper that we crafted up to move our crates around, we had a quest for. And then the medium storage crate, we also had one for as well. So just a little bit of additional items there to keep us busy. So here back in simple storage, there are some other things that we can do. So we obviously have these storage link cables that we're doing. There's export cables, which will actually export items from the network to wherever you're trying to put them. And then there's processing cables. I'm not super familiar on processing cables, on what they're for. Automate simple processing transactions. Not 100% sure on that. It does take a decent amount of items, it seems like. Yeah, kind of for the most part. But not too shabby. And then there are some upgrades. So stack upgrades, speed upgrades, stock upgrades, operation upgrades. And then there's also the storage remote, which I would eventually like to get. Now for this, we do need Electrum. And I believe for Electrum, I'm trying to remember what it is. I think it's gold and then silver put together. I don't think that we have a machine that'll actually do it for us. Unfortunately, we do not have one at this time. I mean, we could just get the pulverized items, throw them together, and get things going. But we're already running pretty long on this episode, so we might get it up and going in the next one instead. The other great thing about our simple storage, if we come back upstairs here, and we go inside, it looks so much more clean. It's so nice. We can just throw things right in here, which is awesome. It'll just throw right in there, and then you won't have to worry about it, which is really, really, really nice. And as you can see, we have so much stuff in here. It'll make it super easy if we're like, oh, we need some diamond, just to do a little quick search for it, and it'll pull up everything that we need for it. Or if it was something extremely obscure, I believe we can actually search for the mod itself. So if we look for Ender IO, it'll bring up everything for Ender IO, which is awesome. We are at a great position thus far. And I'm really, really happy with the ultimate turnout of it. Now, you guys may be wondering, well, first and foremost, we are running pretty late on the episode here. We're running at 36 minutes already, so we're going to wrap things up here. You might be curious what is to come next. Well, you'll have to wait and see in the next episode. I have a few ideas of where I'd like to go with things from here. Obviously, there's a few machines that I'd love to get running. A decent power supply would be awesome, and power storage, because right now we're kind of making do with what we have, and that's really not going to cut it in the long term. Advanced crafting would be awesome as well. So going in here, the extended crafting would be kind of cool to get up and running, so we can get into some thermal expansion items. But again, you'll have to wait and see. So guys, with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this extremely long episode. A nice long episode to welcome back all of you from my trip. I hope you do all enjoy. If you did, feel free to leave a like down below, or better yet, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear what you are thinking on this series. I love reading all your tips and suggestions as well. I do take them into consideration. If you're new to the channel, you want to follow along, hit that subscribe button and bell notification. It'll let you know every single time a new episode is posted to the channel. I do stream over on Twitch. I do promote it in pretty much every episode that I do, but my schedule is pretty limited at this point, and for the past couple of weeks we haven't been streaming, unfortunately, with vacation and so on and so forth. Just a few things coming up in my personal life. I haven't had a chance to stream, but we are going to try to get back onto that schedule this week. So go and check that out from the link in the description down below. You can also find my Discord down there as well. So guys, thank you so much again. I will catch you all in the next one. Take it easy.